Okay, this is lesson 4, I believe, if my counting is correct. And in this video, like I said, I'm going to be covering something called fading, or fades. And what a fade is, I said in lesson 1, I believe, that this is a very momentum-based weapon. So a lot of the strikes come from the speed the chucks are moving. Okay. Now fading is basically taking that momentum away. It's like putting the brakes on a car. So if I get up to a certain speed and I don't know how to fade, then I'm just kind of stuck here. I don't know what to do. Fading is being able to take some of the energy out of the weapon. So figure eights, if I speed those up, I need to be able to slow them down and basically just fade the momentum out of the chucks is really what it is. And you'll see that a lot with strikes. If I do just a regular horizontal strike without fading, you know, they're gonna whip around and hit me in the side at the full speed that I swung them at. Okay, and that's gonna hurt, especially if you're using like metal chucks. So fading is basically taking the momentum out of the chucks. And if you can see, as I do that strike, I'm really fading so that this handle is not hitting me on the way around. And if you can see that, okay, it is touching me, it's just not hitting me. And there's a difference between that. Same thing, you know, the other way. Okay. So I'm striking as hard as I can and as fast as I can, but I'm just letting the energy trail off. You know, I'm not carrying it around and losing control. And that's really what this is useful for. It's for keeping control of the chucks, not letting them fly out of your hands, not letting them hit you as hard as they can. And there's really no way to teach fading. It's just something you have to develop a feel for. Like, I can't teach you how to fade, but I can teach you how to practice. And I would recommend starting with just the basic flourish. And just start at a very basic speed. And then slowly increase the speed of that. And then when you get up a decent speed, then try to just let that die. Try to let the speed you've built up just kind of fade away. And all I'm doing there is just kind of, as the chucks come over the top, I'm just kind of letting that energy die away. Okay. Like I said, it's like putting the brakes on a car, so I'm just stopping the energy. Same thing be applied to the upward. Okay. So as the chucks would come over the top to the back. Okay, I'm just letting the energy die. Okay. So this is a good way to practice this. There's not a lot of risk of injury this way. So I can get going pretty quick and then just let it die. Or I can just slow it down to a slower pace. Okay. Once you get the basic, once you get kind of the feel for how the fading works, then try it with a figure eight. So see if you can get a figure eight going pretty quick, and then just slow it down to a very slow pace. Then speed it up, and then slow it down. If you can get that, that's really, you're already on your way. Okay. You can do it with full body figure eights as well. Okay. So if you could start at this speed with the figure eight, slowly add momentum to it. And then slowly take away momentum. once you can get that with the figure eights, then you can try a strike or two, but be very careful with these because these can hit you. And really, it's very hard to explain. Like if I do a diagonal strike from my left or from my right shoulder to my left hip, as I come in front of me, so like there's the camera, if I come in front of the camera, that camera would receive the full impact of that swing. Okay? But as I come past that camera, pretty much from that point on, I'm putting those brakes on, basically. I'm taking that energy out and just letting that other chuck just kind of die. Okay? I'm not carrying that momentum around, because if I did, I'd hit myself at the same force here as I would be hitting there. Okay, I'll do it from the back so you can see how it kind of dies in this area. Okay. Now, this is one of the reasons I recommend using foam chucks, because even if you kind of lose control of the chuck and don't fade it, okay, you're not going to hurt yourself that much. It is going to sting a little bit, but it's not going to hurt you as much as like a wooden pair would. So that's the concept of fading. Again, it's not really something you can teach. It's just something you kind of have to get a feel for. Practice with those little basic flourishes. You know, speed them up, slow them down, speed them up again, and then just kind of see if you can stop them completely. Okay. So that's actually another good thing to practice. If you get this going pretty quick, and you can stop it, and you can stop this in towards the bottom, you're pretty much already pretty decent at fading. Okay, so if you can stop it to where this stays down here instead of coming back up again, that's pretty much, you'll already have the feel for what fading is. Okay. So if you can do that, you've already got the concept. Again, if you are using wooden chucks or metal chucks, be very, very careful with this. This is another fundamental thing you have to know, especially if you're doing combative stuff with it. Okay, you need to be able to know how to fade to keep from injuring yourself with those strikes. Okay, so that is fading. Practice that slowly. You know, don't try to go too fast, too quick. Just kind of keep building your speed, and then keep pulling speed away. That's the best way to practice this. Yeah, I think that's it for right now. The next video, I might get into some Obiani stuff, but we'll see. So practice that and stay safe. See you in the next video.